Another winning trade where our weekly iron condor is profitable. It is a Wednesday and the profit target has already been hit. This is a great strategy for anyone looking for consistent returns on a small account or a large account. You can obviously scale up for your account size, but for anyone between a $5,000 to $10,000 account, this is an excellent weekly strategy that I've been highlighting over the past 8 weeks in my weekly video series, in which I give an analysis on the stock markets for the upcoming week, as well as share some trade ideas. On top of that, the trade I've coined the account builder, which is an iron fly, an asymmetrical iron fly that has a broken wing on the call side, is also doing well. I call this the account builder because of how consistent this strategy is. Again, check out the previous 8 videos in this series. For smaller accounts, the XSP is a great alternative, and this trade is also coming into profit. Now, this one I did not share on Monday's video this week, as this is the consistent one in which I draw. This iron condor range is developed from the gamma exposure levels that I analyzed at the start of the week. So these are the levels here. I mentioned that this is essentially a great range for the iron condor for this week. It is the tightest I would go, and I said you can obviously go wider if you're looking to increase your probability of profit, but I like to make my iron condors as tight or as narrow as I can to try to receive the most amount of credits relative to the most amount of margin, and that is what makes it ideal for smaller accounts. The XSP this time, this is an actual trade in which I'm running, is for Monday expiration, so it's a 7 DTE versus a 4 DTE. I like to stagger the expiration, so if I'm in a spread for a Friday, I might look to potentially build out some positions for the Monday and then for the following Friday. That way all positions are not in the same expiration. It allows you to build a nice balanced portfolio. I record my videos Monday morning, and then I try to get it posted to you guys here on YouTube during Power Hour on a Monday to give you guys enough time to assess and also follow along with some of the trade ideas and also monitor them, obviously, for educational purposes. This iron condor, the strike prices, again, are taken straight from the analysis that comes from the gamma exposure. It is recommended to look for a 25% return on what your credit is. So this 36% that we're seeing right now, which is up about $200, is the 30-something% of the credits. A more accurate way or more consistent way to actually track your profits would be to actually take a measure of what it is on the return on margin. So you can just take 200 in this case here and then divide it by 450, and whatever number that comes out to is your return on margin. Same thing, say for example, this account builder, it's currently up $275, which is 3%, 3.4%. The market is open, so these numbers are fluctuating. That is 3% of the credits. But to standardize your P&L or your spreadsheets when you're tracking your trades at the end of the year, it's actually smarter to take that by a return on margin. So in this case here, this trade is up when it was up $240, which was a little bit before I started recording this video, as it is 11:25 here Eastern time. Just when I saved this trade, it was 11:11, and this is how much it was roughly up. That is about a 12% return on margin. So a good measure, which I've left out of this series. I've been talking so much about the iron condors, I forgot to mention to you guys 10% return on the accounts builder iron fly is generally going to be around an 11 to a 15 DTE. 11 has tended to be the sweet spot so far for 2026, is 10%. 10% of the margin is going to be a great return, especially if you're getting that by a Wednesday for a trade you open up on a Monday that expires the following Friday, making it 11 DTE. I like to sprinkle in XSP positions as it adds additional P&L without taking on much risk, especially if you have a smaller account. Now, position sizes in Iron Condor are a great sweet spot for something like this. It's going to be about $900 in margin, or call it $1,000. If you have a $5,000 account and you are running a weekly Iron Condor, I would not use margin that exceeds $1,000, as that is too risky. Now, granted, you don't lose that full $1,000 in a day or two, but putting on a position that already requires 20% of your total account size is already large. You want to be able to be comfortable in the position, and with a margin requirement or a max loss of $1,000, that is something that you can actually hold without taking a major drawdown. Because even if the market goes well past in which you're expecting, as you guys can see here, a loss in this case would be if the market is up 2.7% from where it is right now. That's going to be about a $300 something loss if you were to realize it here today. Now, the chances of the markets being up that much, and see if we estimate it from here all the way up here, that's 2 point something percent. That is well past what I was expecting based on my analysis. Now, I've been spot on this year, but it doesn't mean this accuracy is going to continue to hold, as a loss will be inevitable. But for the most part, having proper risk management starts with having proper position size. So 2 lots here is generally going to be good. Same thing for the XSP. If you're in 2 lots of a position for the SPX on an iron condor, and then you're just adding additional margin, additional risk out there, and you're using about 1.5K on options that expire in less than 7 DTE, that's okay. Even if something goes terribly wrong, you might have a really bad week in which you might have to realize maybe a $400 loss or a $500 loss, which is massive for a small account. But as you guys can see, in the past 8 weeks, an account of around $5,000 is almost doubled at this point, just following along with the trade ideas that I've been highlighting from a Monday to a Wednesday to a Friday. Now, if your account is small, trading 2 lots of something like this and then 2 lots of something like this does not leave you much room to also trade the account builder iron fly. So I would overlook this one unless you're only going to trade one position of the XSP, in other words, one type of iron fly. So this allows you to keep that margin requirements low. So now if you're in 1 lot of the iron condor, 1 lot of an XSP position every week, and then you have a little bit of room to be in the accounts builder iron fly, the delta on this position is really low. So it does leave you room for, if the market does make some sort of a crazy move, let's just say a 3%, bounce or something like that, you're not going to be completely wrecked. Your account's not going to be completely destroyed. And of course, this is talking about if you're not managing the position or you're not hedging it. This is just a kind of set it and forget it. You're opening it on a Monday afternoon. You have a loose stop loss in mind, and you have your profit target in mind, and then you're just letting it play out, and then you're looking to come in on a late Tuesday afternoon or a Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon to adjust the portfolio, whether that's realizing gains or realizing a loss or then hedging. This is another week in which I've highlighted how you can consistently build a portfolio just following a strict game plan and then having a proper analysis with some solid levels. These levels are drawn out every week by a manual process, as well as the analysis that I do. These are the levels from Quant Trading app here that come from the QTA script. I'm just giving you guys a little bit of a preview this week. This is the SPYs 2 Sigma level from Quant Trading app that is generated on a Sunday afternoon, so before the week actually begins. The same thing with here. These levels are drawn out on my charts from a Monday morning, so before price action takes place, I've already assessed what's more than likely to happen. Are we surprised with where the market is? No. If you are, go back and watch Monday's video. At this point, I'm sounding like a broken record probably if you've been following along with the whole series, but it should not be surprising what's happening here. I just turned on the extended hours so we can actually take a look at where the market rejected right around this zone, and which is right around this net negative gamma exposure island that I like to call it. It is just a negative gamma strike that is surrounded by a bunch of nets positive gamma. The market is likely going to reject at that, so I drew out that level. It is not surprising, just based on the gamma exposure profile that I analyzed on Monday, that this type of price action would happen. So that's why I highlight it that way. Something I forgot to mention on Monday is today is the FOMC announcements at 2 p.m. Eastern time. The catalyst or the news did not affect my analysis for the gamma exposure profile. So that's why I completely just slipped my mind to even mention it. So that's an extra incentive to actually realize most of these positions if you open them on a Monday, which triggered the reason for me to hop on and actually record this video as a midweek check-in. As the FOMC is an important catalyst, whether I think it's important or not, it's universally going to be important. This entire area here, as I mentioned, is a mess. The entire gamma exposure profile is a mess. That's why there are so many levels, and it's not normal for me to have this many levels on my charts, but I made them dash because I'm expecting price to move through them. Although I expect it to be choppy. If you guys remember this range, 670 is our primary strike for the week. And now at this point, the market has essentially hovered around it. We want to say 2.5 days so far. If the market does return back up to 670 later today, it would not be surprising, again, just based on the analysis at the start of the week. This rejection that happened here on Monday was not a surprise, as we had the confluence also in Quant Trading app with our 2 Sigma level here. We know this is a significant area for the market, so it's going to spend a decent amount of time around around it. Also the same for this quant trading app weekly resistance level. These are two key levels for the market. So this type of price action is not surprising in tandem with the gamma exposure profile. There was also additional confluence right here with the rejection of the futures volume profile, the value area high. This is all confluence, and that's the name of the game. That's what I've been discussing on YouTube for years now. We have multiple things that are all showing and telling us the same thing. Even a market internal like the ADSPD is also showing the same thing on a Monday. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you're enjoying this series, and I'll try to do some more midweek check-ins also, as my filming schedule is not going to be chaotic. I'm not expecting it to be, at least for the next few weeks. That will give me some additional time to catch up on some things. I have some bonus videos also coming. I've gotten the request from a few of you to do a video dedicated on hedging and how I think about that, a good approach. So that is coming. It is in the works, as well as some other bonus videos. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new here, like the video, comment, and I'll catch you on the next one.